Good afternoon, y'all. Today we're going to be doing 2.3.8. It is another quiz, and let's go ahead and jump into it. Loading up. I'm going to zoom in for y'all. Michael is setting up a new router at home. The router comes with no password set by default. What should Michael do to secure his password? He should set a strong password immediately. I don't think I have to explain that one, so I'm going to go ahead. Question 2. Which of the following contributes the most to making a password the strongest? I would say the length. Yes. There's a little bit of math behind this. So, very quickly, I'm going to go to Paint. So, when you have, let's say, an all letters password, not including capital, but just all lowercase letters, you can have, if you have a one-digit password, you have 26 to the 1 power of different letters it could be, right? And then if you have a 2-letter password, you have 26 to the 2, and so on. So if you have, usually they require like 8 characters at least. 26 to the 8th. That is, I'm going to calculate that real quick. 26 to the 8th. That is that many different combinations. Quick tip, there is a list of most common passwords, and it's on Wikipedia. These are the top 20 most common passwords. These are the top 25, and so on. There's another list somewhere. But yes, if your password is somewhere here, that big number that we saw earlier doesn't mean anything, right? Because I'm going to try these first 25 first. Okay. Number 3, what is two-factor authentication, aka 2FA, which you will hear in the IT field a lot. And what it is using a password and a second form of verification like a smartphone. So hopefully no one else has access to your phone, and this is a great way to verify that you are one person. The odds of someone having both your password and physical access to your phone are kind of low, as far as hacking goes. Number 4, what is a virtual private network used for? And it is used to create a secure connection over the internet. What this does is it encrypts your traffic to a server, and that server acts as a middleman. And so the internet, like Facebook, if you go to facebook.com, Facebook will send everything to the VPN server. That server will then send everything to you. The entire way back and forth will be encrypted. So what it is called typically is a tunnel. Which of the following is a common protocol for encrypting data in transit? And the answer here is HTTPS. Oh, there goes my email. The answer here is HTTPS. You can see HTTP here. And with IT terminology, when you see the same thing but with an S, honestly, the S probably means secure, and that's what it means in this situation. What is data at rest? Data at rest is data that is saved and not currently being used. I don't think I have to explain that. What is a password manager? It is a tool that helps you create and store multiple passwords securely. as you can, if you use any modern browser, you've probably logged into something and it's asked you, do you want to save this password for later use? And that is an example of a password manager. It saves your passwords, or it can create new, very complex ones for you. And it just makes logging into things easier and more convenient. Now, you don't have to use the browser ones. There are standalone programs that do the same exact thing, but maybe it'll store it locally a little more safely. I'm not going to read through the terms of agreement for the entirety of 300 pages just to know what Google is doing with my passwords. That being said, I do use the in-browser password manager. Sorry to rant so long. What is the highest risk of keeping your passwords in a document on your computer? And I think that is the document might get hacked. Yes, okay. If the document is hacked, all your passwords could be exposed, leading to potential unauthorized access to your accounts. Honestly, I'm going to say this. I could probably guess most people's passwords if I can just prod around a little bit. Most people set their hint to be something relevant to the password because you should do that in case you forget. But most people post on social media their birthdays, their names, obviously, the name of their kids, what city they were born, like, oh, I'm visiting Chicago. It's nice to be back home. Stuff like that. A lot of that stuff is in people's passwords, which you should not put in your passwords if possible. And I have been able to guess people's passwords just off of their social media presence. So keep that in mind. What is ciphertext? And it is text that has been encrypted. Yes. Encrypting text is nothing different than inventing your own language based off the language that you and your friends speak. I'm sure a lot of y'all have done that as kids, where, I don't know, instead of the letter E, we say the number 3 or something like that. And number 10, what should you do if you hear about a data breach at a company where you have an account? You should change your password immediately. And I might vote for complaining on social media too. You should change your password. If you use that same password anywhere else, you should change that password everywhere. I personally like to use different passwords for different websites, if possible. Let's go ahead and score. And that is 100%. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.